I love working with alpaca. It's probably one of my favorite top 5 fibers. Alpacas are raised at very high altitudes, and partly to keep them protected and warm, the fiber on their body is structured in a way that has these air pockets in them that keeps the fiber light yet really warm.
It's even more luxurious than cashmere, the natural ability to keep the warmth in. The fiber itself is hollow inside. It just makes it really weightless on a body, and you can create unconstructed coats, which was really EILEEN's first love.
When you see a field of alpacas, it's remarkable. They come in a huge array of natural colors, from oatmeal to charcoal with siennas in between.
It's more ecological to use undyed fibers, yarns, or fabrics. So it's really interesting to find what these artisans can blend from those kind of naturally occurring colors and achieve these beautiful heathers that have this depth and really add an additional layer of interest to this beautiful fabric.
We first went to Peru with an interest in alpaca in around 2004, 2005. Is that our fabric designers became interested in 100% pure alpaca that wasn't a blend, that was a part of another blend in another country. We went down there and started to develop a fabric business with Inca alpaca, and then slowly by slowly, in developing the relationship, we were able to give them also the manufacturing of the garments.
The other thing that's interesting about the alpaca is its relationship to the land. There's no soil erosion because the animal has a wide space to range in.
What's really unique about what we're doing there is that we get to use the traditions of Peru. They've been raising alpaca and creating alpaca fiber forever. It's the fact that we stay there and have them make the yarn, knit the yarn, all born and bred in Peru, makes the project really unique.
When you focus on plants, it's about land use, and it's about the well-being of the farmers and their community. But when you're looking at animals, you're layering in another piece, and that's their well-being. It's easy to make this connection, actually, when we went down to visit the alpaca farm, because you see the personality of the animal. You see the expression in their eyes. You see babies being born, and you see the mothers taking care of their babies. And you begin to see this symbiotic relationship between the farmers and the alpaca, and almost a bigger relationship between the textile industry and an animal.
When you wear a sweater, you're not conscious that it actually came from an animal. It's very different when you see the process and you understand that it comes from this living creature.
And the sorting is done mostly by women who have been doing this for over 20 years. The women use their hands to separate the alpaca fibers, and they find the spaces underneath the top coat that are softer and have a higher micron, and that ends up being the higher quality fibers that may be referred to as royal alpaca or baby.
There was something about watching these women sorting the fiber that also felt like they understood the soul of the animal, and that was one of the reasons we could translate it into a garment that would also speak.
Most alpaca farmers have very small herds, and they're very poor. Our supplier, Inca Alpaca, wanted to find a way to improve the fiber and thereby the economic benefits for the farmer. And Pacamarco is a training or educational facility that looks at animal husbandry practices. They look at genetics and breeding practices.
Their problem of the breeding is it's been conservative for the last 1,000 years. I mean, we always hear that the Incas bred the alpacas perfectly, and their productivity is really low. So what we're trying to do is just improve the way they are breeding, but using techniques that are not going to demand them any money, just improving what they have so they can have better results.
Pacamarco is really at the heart of our work with Inca Alpaca, and it's about knitting together the past and the present to create a different kind of future, to take the wisdom of tradition and blend it with the science of the 21st century. It's about creating economic viability for these small breeders. So it's about preserving a culture.